Why do I feel like I'm about to die just because someone might be mad at me? Yeah, that full body panic, that lightning bolt energy of do something, fix it now. That response that feels like way too much, but also feels completely out of your control. This episode is for that version of you. Hey there, it's Jessa, the holistic trauma coach, and here's the truth. That reaction isn't random. It's not a personality flaw, and it's not something you need to shame yourself for. Today, we're going to unpack where that panic comes from, why it's actually intelligent, and what your nervous system is trying to do when it flips the alarm switch. We'll talk about the difference between appropriate and outdated responses, how to recognize your own patterns, and most importantly, how to build a new relationship with that panic energy so it doesn't run your life. If you've ever wondered, what's wrong with me? When conflict shows up, this episode will answer with nothing. You just need a new way to work with the system that's been trying to protect you all along. Let's get into it. I get asked all the time, either directly or in that kind of nervous, not sure how to say it way. Why do I panic when someone is even slightly mad at me? Ugh, right? That feeling where someone's energy shifts even just a little, and suddenly your stomach's in knots. You're replaying every word you said. You're stalking your own text messages. You're checking their tone, their punctuation. It's exhausting. And it's not just anxiety, it's panic. Like your whole body is demanding a fix now. So today, we're going to unpack that. Gently, honestly. Through story, sensation, metaphor, all the things. We'll walk through why this happens, what your body is trying to do, and most importantly, what you can do with it. Okay, first let's talk about the word panic, because that's doing a lot of work in this question. When someone says, I panic when someone's mad at me, my first instinct is to ask, what do you mean by panic? Because that word, it covers a lot of ground. Panic isn't just stress. It's not just worry. It's got this mobilizing urgency to it. It's a whole body experience. So let's break it down. What does panic actually look like for you? Is it pacing? Is it checking your phone over and over? Is it obsessively writing a message you're too scared to send? Is it not eating or eating everything? Is it crying or snapping or trying really hard to act like you don't care even though you do? And what does it feel like? Do you get a lump in your throat, tight chest, nausea? Do your hands tingle? Do you feel like you're vibrating out of your skin? Because here's the thing, panic is not just feeling bad. It's your body mobilizing to act, to fix something, to do whatever it thinks will make the danger go away. So when your brain says panic, your body is already halfway out the door trying to make it stop. And that's brilliant. That's adaptive. That's your nervous system working. Hey, before we go deeper, just a quick note. If this all sounds too real and you're like, okay, I get it, but what do I do with it? I want to invite you to check out my free online healing program. It's gentle, body-based work made specifically for folks healing from trauma and chronic stress, especially if you didn't grow up with a lot of safety or you've never really felt settled in your body. It's totally free, and it's at theholistictraumacoach.com/free. No pressure, no push, just trauma-centered support. Okay, back to the episode. Let's talk about some real-life panic moments. Like, you and your partner have a small argument. It ends amicably. You say, I love you, you move on. Later that night, you're watching a show. You plop down on the couch, reserve their spot, get all cozy, and they go sit on the other couch. Boom. Your body is screaming. Why didn't they sit next to me? Are they still mad? Is this going to last all night? Are we okay? Are we not okay? And what do? You want to say something. You start watching them instead of the show. You feel that itch under your skin, like you need to move, fix, solve, do something. Even if nothing actually happened. That's the panic we're talking about. And what's wild is that this same response can show up in 3 totally different kinds of situations. 1, when something genuinely scary or intense did happen, like a fight, a conflict, a big rupture. 2, when something small happened, like a miscommunication or a minor disagreement. 3, when literally nothing happened, but your body is sensing subtle cues, posture, tone, delay in response, and interpreting those as danger. Each one of those has a different root, but they all share the same core mechanic. Your nervous system is scanning for danger, especially social danger, and responding with energy. Not because you're dramatic, not because you're needy, because you are a mammal. We're wired to rely on connection to feel safe. Even if you're the most introverted, low-maintenance, I don't need anyone person, you still have a nervous system that was built for tribes, for bonding, for co-regulation. So when there's even a whisper of threat to that connection, your body's like, danger, move, fix, now. And here's the kicker. The less aware you are of the early signals, like anxiety, tension, hesitation, the more your body has to scream to get your attention. So panic is often a last resort, a full-body scream, because you didn't or couldn't hear the whisper. Let's go back to those 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, the big conflict. You got into a real fight with your boss or your partner. Something real happened. Words were exchanged. Emotions ran high. Boundaries might have been crossed. There's rupture, disconnection, uncertainty. And now you're panicked. But here's where we need to pause and unlearn something big. We live in a society that has completely demonized panic. We're told it's irrational, immature, unproductive, like it's a personal failure. But listen, if you just went through something intense, something that genuinely put your safety, stability, or connection at risk, and you feel panic, that's not dysfunction. That's biology. That's your body saying, hey, something big just happened. We need to do something about it. But because we've been so conditioned to think that any big reaction is wrong, we end up doubling down on the panic with shame. We start to spiral. Why can't I just calm down? Other people don't freak out like this. This isn't helping anything. And in that spiral, we forget that panic, real, mobilizing panic, has a job to do. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself instead. What is this energy trying to do for me right now? Because in a big conflict, panic often brings a ton of energy into the system. Your heart rate spikes, your mind races, your body might feel shaky or like it's buzzing. That energy needs to go somewhere, not just get calmed down, but used. So instead of suppressing it, let's consider some supportive ways we can use that mobilizing energy in a big conflict. It might help you walk around the block while your system settles. It might help you to call a friend and actually talk about what happened. Believe it or not, talking is a great use of mobilized energy, especially with a trusted confidant. It might feel good to cry, jump, pace, or move your body in a way that releases the tension. Play a song that matches the mood and dance the way you feel. And maybe you need to direct the energy towards the conflict. Maybe there's a boundary that you need to assert, or a follow-up conversation that needs to happen, or an apology that needs to be made. All of those are ways you use the energy. You're not just reacting, you're channeling it. So here, the work isn't stop panicking. It's, can I meet this energy with structure, with care, with movement, with intention? Because that's what this moment really asks for. Not shame, not shutdown, but guided mobilization. This is a scenario where your nervous system is actually doing its job beautifully. There's danger, and it's trying to protect you. So instead of trying to cancel the alarm, let's help the alarm find a door to exit through. So here, the work isn't stop panicking. It's, what does this energy need? Can I give it a channel, a direction, a task? Can I help my body feel safe enough to soften? Now let's move on to scenario 2, a small disagreement. Here, the threat is more ambiguous. Your nervous system remembers what small conflicts used to lead to. Maybe growing up, a small disagreement meant the silent treatment, or punishment, or worse. It didn't matter if it was your fault or not. Any form of tension meant you were about to be left out in the cold. So even if your current partner is safe, even if they say, I'm not mad, even if they follow up with, I love you, your body still gets this electric signal like something bad is about to happen. Maybe the disagreement ended hours ago. You both agreed to drop it, but then they sit on a different couch, and suddenly your entire body's like, we're not okay. You start scanning. Are they quieter than usual? Did they pull away from the hug a little too soon? Why didn't they say goodnight like they usually do? You find yourself watching them instead of the show, writing text messages in your head, wanting to say something, but afraid it'll make things worse. You're not thinking about the panic, you're in it. This is where the work shifts. You're not dealing with a current threat. You're dealing with an outdated threat response pattern that your body still believes is relevant. It worked really well in the past. Why wouldn't it help you now? These connections, these algorithms, these survival calculations are made to run so damn fast because keeping you safe is a real-time, all-the-time job. So we need to gently and patiently begin to rewrite it, to take into account the new context of our present-day experience. And here's where we add in the magic of sensation. When you notice the panic come online, don't try to shut it down. Instead, we inquire. We ask things like, what's the pressure in my chest? What's the temperature in my hands? Where does it feel tight or hollow or buzzing? You ask these gently and you don't stay focused on any sensation for too long. Just simply notice for a brief moment, because this is your body's data. And then you ask, what would help me feel safe? Once again, with sensory information, because sensation is the language of the nervous system. So you might notice things like the squish of the couch, the weight of a blanket, the feeling of my dog sleeping on my chest, a picture in your living room you forgot about, and now you're noticing all the beautiful colors. You're not overriding the panic, you're adding cues of safety to the system. And sometimes when you're in a stable relationship with someone safe, you can ask for a little co-regulation, like, hey, I know you're not mad, but I'm still feeling unsettled. Would you sit next to me for a minute? That's not asking them to fix it. That's helping your body anchor back into connection. And over time, your body will learn that it's safe to trust this moment because it has new evidence. Hey friend, if you're listening and thinking, wow, this is all sounding a little too familiar, I made something for you. My free online healing program is a no-pressure, body-first way to help your system feel safer again. It's short, it's gentle, and it's designed for people who don't want to overthink their healing. Go to theholistictraumacoach.com/free to check it out. Now, back to the episode. Scenario 3, no clear conflict, but your body says otherwise. This is the hypervigilance zone, the they didn't text me back, so I must have done something wrong zone. And it's brutal, because not only do you feel panic, but you also don't feel entitled to that panic. You shame yourself. I'm overreacting. Why am I like this? And yet the panic remains. This kind of panic is born from a nervous system that was trained to read micro shifts in tone, energy, behavior, and prepare for impact. So your body goes, I haven't heard from them in a while. Last time this happened, I got hurt. Let's not wait for that. Let's assume danger and act now. And that calculation isn't broken. It's actually brilliant. It kept you safe. It learned that it's better to be too early than too late. But now, in your safe adult life, it's exhausting because you're responding to ghosts, old echoes, not the reality in front of you. So what do? You start slowly rewriting the code of your nervous system. Remember, this is a machine that is working. So let's give it a new calculation to run. Not overnight, not with force, but gently, with curiosity, with sensation, with practice. This is the part that matters most. The healing doesn't happen in the middle of a panic spiral. It happens when the stakes are low. Why? Because when the volume is low, your body has more capacity to listen, to notice, to rewire. This is a core concept in body-based healing. We don't wait for the fire to burn the whole house down. We start practicing when it's just a little spark. Because if we can understand and meet our needs in those micro moments, we teach the nervous system that it doesn't have to escalate to get our attention. Working with the body when the intensity is low helps us build trust with our system. It tells your body, you don't have to scream, I'm listening now. This is how we gradually retrain the algorithm, not with logic or force, but with repetition, attention, and gentle sensory awareness. Here's how that looks. You notice the sensation early, the knot in your gut, the tightness in your throat. You name it, gently. Ah, there you are, you're trying to protect me. You ask your body what it needs, not to be calm, but to feel safe. Sometimes that means moving your body. Sometimes it means wrapping up in something soft. Sometimes it means checking the facts. Not to dismiss your feeling, but to offer your body more context. This is where safety starts. Not with affirmations, not with "I'm fine," but with data, with real, grounded experiences of safety that your body can use next time it tries to run a panic program. This is the practice, repeated compassionate moments where you meet your system before the spiral. It's foundational, it's powerful, and it works. Over time, your nervous system will learn. She listens, she responds. I don't have to scream. That's the practice. So to wrap up, your panic isn't random, it's not weakness, it's not drama. It's your brilliant nervous system doing its job. Your only job now is to update the data. Give your body new experiences, new outcomes, new sensations. Over time, it will learn to whisper again. Hey, one quick note before you go. This episode was generated using AI, but every single word was written by me, Jessa Hooley. And the voice you're hearing? That's me too, recorded and cloned so I can share this work more consistently. I don't have a podcast studio or a production team, but I do have things I want to say. And I know that some of you take things in best by listening, so this is one way I'm making my work as a holistic trauma coach more accessible to everyone. Thanks for being here with me, and thanks for being open to the messy, creative, and sometimes weird ways I bring healing into the world. Before we wrap up, I want to tell you one more time about the gift I made just for you. If you've been listening and thinking, this makes so much sense, but where do I even start? My free online healing program, featuring the real, actual me, not my lovely AI voice double, was literally designed for that moment. It's a gentle, self-paced intro to body-based healing. No pressure, no overwhelm, just short, doable practices to help your nervous system start feeling a little safer. I'll walk you through what somatic healing is, why your experience actually makes sense, and how to begin working with your body instead of fighting it. You can sign up anytime at theholistictraumacoach.com/free, and I'll be right there with you inside.